So welcome back to Network Nuts YouTube channel, and I am Alok Srivastava. So we are continuing with our Docker series as we had talked about it in the last video. I had talked about, let me just reduce the voice here. Yeah. So in the last video we had talked about the cAdvisor, and I have told you that one of the features of the cAdvisor is that it doesn't store historic data. So the solution is we can have Prometheus, we can have Grafana. These are the actual real production tools which are used to monitor the containers or your servers. So we are not going to give no one is giving the Docker top command or the PS command to monitor the processes and to monitor the containers. So in the real world, people will be using tools like cAdvisor, Prometheus and Grafana. So what I'm going to show you here, I'll be running a couple of containers, and then I will be showing you how to integrate the cAdvisor to the Prometheus first, and then how to have the Grafana over and above it. So the first thing is that let's check how many containers are running here. So I don't have any containers, that's fine. I'll be running some containers here just to have the load with us, right? So we will be able to check the load. So let's see. If I do a Docker images, I have got a couple of images there, right? I'll be using this Love Learn Linux one, and one I can use the CentOS, right? Okay, let me run some containers here. So I do a Docker container run. I can use it in the detach mode or the daemon mode. Hyphen name is say box1. I call it box1. You can also give equal to, that's not a problem, box1. And I will use Love Learn Linux / web server version 1, right? So one container is running, I'll run one more. This one I will call it box2, and I will be running using a CentOS image. So different operating systems are running here. If I give a Docker PS, I have got these two containers are running, and obviously they will be consuming some resources on my Docker host. Now the point is, how will I use the cAdvisor and how will I attach the Prometheus to the cAdvisor? Now for the sake of understanding what I have done, I have put on the code on the GitHub. So you can just clone the repository from the GitHub. I'll go and explain it to you, show it to you first. So just a minute. If I go here, I will open up my browser, and here it is. You are on the browser. So if I go to GitHub Network Nuts, this is it. So you should click here, Docker monitoring. So this is the code which we are sharing with all of you, right? Click here. You need to just clone this repository. So if we had already learned the Git and we are already learning the DevOps, right? So that is the best part, to share the code. So I copy this, or I can use this github.com networknuts docker monitoring.git, right? So I just had to clone this onto my machine. I will be doing it. So I do a git clone. Obviously the git need to be installed, right? So I hope the git is installed. Yeah, perfect. So I do a git clone https / github.com /networknuts / and docker -monitoring.git, right? So this is the repository that you should be cloning. Perfect, it's being cloned. So I got a folder here, Docker monitoring, right? This is it. I go inside this, everything is being set up for you. Docker monitoring, use the DevOps guys. So let's first examine the Docker compose file and the Prometheus.yaml file. So I'll open the Docker compose file. Very simple, right? So this folder is automatically going to be created, need not to worry. So I'm running two services. One service name is Prometheus, which is using the Prometheus latest image. The container name is going to be Prometheus, and it will be running on 9090. So that is the port that I'm going to expose. And guys, this is the config file which I'm passing it to it, right? Prometheus, which is in the current directory, Prometheus.yaml. So my current directory, Prometheus.yaml file, is going to be inside etc prometheus.yaml. right? And it depends on cAdvisor. What is happening? The cAdvisor will be running and gathering the real-time data, and then Prometheus will be capturing that data for the historic usage. And we are using and as usual, I'm using the cAdvisor latest image from the Google repository, and the container name is going to be cAdvisor. It is being exposed on port number 8080. The root volume is being mounted in the read-only mode, that var run is in read-write, sys and varlib docker. And then finally, because we need to store the historic data somewhere, I am using a Redis image, a database, right? So Redis latest image is being used. The container name is Redis. So I am running 3 containers. cAdvisor, we had already gone through it. Prometheus will be capturing the data from the cAdvisor, and we are storing it in a Redis database. So you can use it. Now let's first check the prometheus.yaml also meanwhile, right? So this is it. So I had already mentioned here, this should be in the same directory where your docker compose file is, and scrap interval is 5 seconds. It's going to be refreshing itself, and the target is the cAdvisor 8080 port. So the Prometheus is taking the data source from the cAdvisor. So all I have to do is that we all are coming from the Docker background. I need to give a Docker compose up, right? So currently, if I check it out, Docker PS, I have got 2 containers running. So it should have 3 more containers there, right? Docker compose up, run it, right? Redis, cAdvisor and Prometheus. Wow, that's great. Please make sure you see this message. Server is ready to receive the web request. Perfect, guys. So I will open one more terminal here. Oh, sorry, tab. I'll move on to the root. So you had just installed the cAdvisor, you have just installed the Prometheus and the Redis. So this is the power of your code, right? We need not to write all the things. Now the next thing we have to do, let's first check the cAdvisor whether it's working or not, right? So I'll open my Chrome, and if I open here HTTPS localhost 8080 is for the cAdvisor, right? Yes, cAdvisor is running. Wow, that's great. We had already talked about it. So this is how you will be monitoring the things. So number of CPU share, the total usage, a beautiful analog clocks are coming up like the Mercedes SLK, and a real-time data is being gathered here. And if I click on the containers, I will have 5 containers running, right? Prometheus, Redis, box 1, box 2, cAdvisor. And as usual, we know that using the cAdvisor, the monitoring is very easy. You can simply go click any particular container and you will be able to gather a lot of information for that particular container. That's wonderful, guys. So we had already talked about the cAdvisor. I'll come back. Now let us open the Prometheus. So I open one more tab. Prometheus is running on 9090, right? So if I go here and put here 9090, here it is, the Prometheus. So you have just configured the Prometheus. So and Prometheus is in the back end is automatically configured to take the data, to get the data from cAdvisor. Check the file. Check the file, Docker Prometheus. Oh, wait. Docker monitoring, and check the Prometheus. The Prometheus is taking the data from cAdvisor. So we had already configured that. Need not to worry. So I will go back to the browser and see here. I'll just show you simple graphs. It's a wonderful thing. So I say what you wanted to execute. So I wanted to check, say, the CPU load, right? I click here, or I can choose any metric. It's so easy. Container last seen, container memory. Okay, I say container CPU user seconds, right? And I click on execute. That's all. So there the console shows me the information like this. But if I click on the graph, just wait. If I click on the graph, it's showing me the data here. Yeah, it's coming. It might take some time, but yes, the data is getting captured. I can reduce the timer like this for next 15 minutes or 5 minutes. So this is how the data is getting captured. So these are my containers here, one container this, and these are my other containers. So in the same manner, I can have more graphs I can have one more graph here. I go here, at the bottom, if you see there, I click on the add graph, right, and I take right, say I say usage of RAM, memory cache, right, and I click on execute, and I click on the graph. So there is my memory consumption of all the containers are coming up here, right. I can check it out, a lot of information about it, right. But then why to use Grafana? Grafana is something like beautiful graphs. The Grafana power is the graphs, and the presentation is amazing, much better than the Prometheus, right. So we have other options, like we can configure the alerts and all those things, and the graphs here, right. But I had just shown it to you. We can save the graph and then we can use it at later on at any point of time. But yes, the Prometheus is running here. Now how we can have the Grafana here? Now all I have to do is that run a container for the Grafana. So currently I don't have the Grafana running here. I am running Prometheus, cAdvisor, Redis, box 1, box 2, right. So all I have to do is that I need to run the Grafana. So I need to run docker container run, I give a dit, right, and the port, it is there. If you go to our GitHub here, see here, I had written all the things here. You should be getting the web request. The cAdvisor is available on 8080, Prometheus is available on 9090, and this is the latest image for the Grafana, and I am exposing it on port number 3000. So let's do this, right. This is all I have to do. So I do this docker container run -dit, sorry, and I give a hyphen name equal to Grafana, Grafana, and the port which I am using here in my case is 3000. So I use 3000, exposing it, and from the Grafana repository take the latest Grafana image. Wow, the Grafana is also running now. Now if I check it out here, I've got a lot of containers running. The Grafana is running, the Prometheus is running, which is already configured to take the source from cAdvisor, right. How can I access Grafana? Now this is going to be very interesting, guys. This is what you should be learning actually, and this is all what we teach in our DevOps training. Our DevOps training, trust me, is so exhaustive, so latest. We are right on our toes. So if I click here http://localhost 3000, here is Grafana. Look at the beauty of Grafana, right. So the default login name is the admin and the default password is the admin. Remember this. The moment I click OK here, it will ask me to change the password. I'll give a new password. I'm not sharing the password. Perfect, guys. I click on the submit, right. Wow, this is Grafana, right. So Grafana can be used to monitor your Amazon Web Services instances or your containers or your virtual machines, anything. The first thing that I have to do is that I need to add a data source. See it here, from where Grafana should be taking the data, from Prometheus, right. Prometheus is taking the data from cAdvisor, and the Grafana should be taking the data from Prometheus. So I have to add a data source as Prometheus. Remember this, right. So either you can click here, add your data source, or you can go here and click on data source. Click on the data source, click on add data source. You've got a lot of data sources, right. I will be creating a separate video on the Grafana, but let's explore it. The data source can be Prometheus, which I'm going to use now. It can be Graphite, it can be InfluxDB, it can be Elasticsearch, it can be MySQL, it can be your CloudWatch, Amazon Web Services, right. So if your instances are running on Amazon Web Services, you can use the Grafana on your local laptop or the VM to monitor that. Amazing. I'll be giving a separate video for that. So these tools we discuss, which, trust me, people don't share these things. Normal what they do is that run some playbooks on Ansible, okay, docker run, docker remove, Kubernetes cluster, but how to do the monitoring, the security aspects, right? Grafana Cloud, Splunk, Oracle, New Relic, Datadog, right? So I'm going to use the Prometheus as my data source, right? I click on select. I need to tell where the server is running. So obviously it's on 9090, but I'll just write it / localhost 9090, right? And it should be browser, right? And then if you move down a bit here, change the name if you wish. I'm using the same name. Just click, go to the bottom and save and test. Wow, the data source is working and the data source is updated. I'm done. Now what? I need to create dashboards. Go here, click on the dashboard, right? Click on the panel. See the beauty of the Grafana. It gives you so beautiful thing. Drag and drop. Click here. What you wanted to query? What is your data source? So from here, you need to select Prometheus. Okay. What metric? You wanted to check the container or a process? What? I'm monitoring container. Which metric? Okay. Let's say CPU, the same metric, right? Which was there in the Prometheus. Click here. Wow, it's coming. It has started coming in. You can reduce the time. Just say last 15 minutes. Wow, that's wonderful. And from here, I can change the name. I give the name as CPU usage, right? Any description you wanted to give CPU usage of my containers, right? From visualization, you can change the looks and feels, like the stats, like the graph, God. So I'm not using it. I'll be showing it to you. We can change it. What you want. You want to fill the gradients. You want to have the bars also coming up like this, right? See, this is not possible in Prometheus. You have a lot of plugins also. So I'm just applying it. Save and apply. Save. Just wait. I cancel it. I do apply here. Right. It's there. Wow. It's there for you. You can just do a simple drag and drop, expand it, do it. It's giving you the live scenario. So we can keep on adding more dashboards. I click here. Add panel. Okay. Add. Say now I use my Prometheus as the data source. And the metric which I am going to use here, oh sorry, say in the container I wanted to take the memory, right? How much memory each container is using, memory cached, memory usage, memory failures, memory maximum total bytes, resident set size, swap. So I say resident set size. I click here. That's wonderful. I call it memory RSS, right? Memory resident set size. So if you wanted to know more about what is the resident set size, I will request you to go and check the video which I have created on the virtual memory and the resident set size. People are really confused about what is virtual memory and what is swap. They confuse in that. So I just click on the apply here. Wow, one more. Click, drag and drop. Do whatever you want. Let's create one more. That's the beauty of Grafana. This is what the things are in the real life, right? Not the Docker top command, not the Docker PS. Trust me. So we can choose any other thing. Container loss, scene, memory failure, network. Okay, let's check the network. Network packet received, total transmitted, total dropped. I say receive packet total, right? You can say here network. I call it network, right? Receive. And then I can change the visualization. Let's say the gauge kind of speedometer kind of thing is coming, right? I can do it. I can do apply here. Now you have got multiple panels here. Drag and drop here. Change it. Change the way. This is the beauty of Grafana. So guys, you have just integrated your containers with cAdvisor. cAdvisor is giving the data to Prometheus, and the Prometheus is then giving the data to Grafana. So Grafana has got the much more beautiful UI and the graphs, as the name says Grafana, right? Which is not available in the Prometheus, and the cAdvisor is a plain Jane, but it works. So this is what I wanted to show you, that this is how actually the monitoring is done in the real life, right? So you can change it to last 15 minutes or last 5 minutes, change any point of time, right? See here, right? You can change a lot of things from there, dashboard settings, save it, and do a lot of stuff, right? All these things are possible. You can do this. You can name your dashboard something else. So this is what I wanted to share. This is what the DevOps is. This is how the real monitoring and the things are done in the production. Focus on these things. Give yourself time. It's not a crash course. It will take time to learn these things. So I'll be seeing you in the next video, right? And keep on watching. Do subscribe, do like, give your comments. I'll be waiting for that. And wait, before I say Godspeed, let's remove all this, right? Okay, I close all this. I forgot to remove all this, right? I leave it. So I've got a lot of containers running here. So if I do a docker ps, I should be stopping all these containers and removing this, right? So this is interesting. So docker container list, this is how I do it, right? I capture the IDs and I give the docker container stop, and I pass this the above command in the as a variable value. So this is going to stop all these containers. So one command is going to do the job for me, and then the same command I'll give with the remove. Wow, this is how you should be removing hundreds of containers, right? Or tens or hundreds of containers. So that's job is done. Now I give a docker ps, nothing is here, and I give a docker ps -a, nothing is here. So that's all, guy. Now it's the time to say you actual bye bye, take care, and Godspeed. I'll be seeing you soon. Keep coming, stay safe, bye bye.